everyone, it's your girl Ariana Chanel with the Petty Punch, and last night was part 1 of the reunion of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you missed it last night, don't worry, just sit back, relax, grab some of that Petty Punch, and let's jump right in. So we first kick off the reunion, and everyone's, pretty much going around the room. We're talking about everyone's looks and everything of that nature. The only woman that's missing right now on the couch is Kim, but she will be on next week's episode. So, they all go around the room, and Kenya reveals some exciting news. She reveals that she is expecting. We don't know the gender or how far along she is. She's kind of being a little private about that. But she did say that her and Mark are expecting. Now we move on to the Kenzie and Portia situation. And it just gets a little messy. So Kenzie really feels like Portia is not sincere with her apology. No matter how many times, Portia has apologized to Kenzie, she just feels like every time she apologizes, her actions say a whole nother thing. So she's always trying to justify why she did what she did. And she just feels like Portia's just not a sincere person. But Portia's like, you know what, I don't know how many times I have to apologize to you. I'm pretty much done apologizing. Like I said, I was sorry. And Portia's just over the situation. So then our girl Marlo comes out, and it already starts off shady with Marlo and Kenya. So Andy's, asking her, you first started off with friends with Nene, and then you jumped back and forth, and you were friends with Kenya, and now you're not, so what's going on? And Marlo says her and Kenya have no relationship whatsoever because she feels like Kenya just became her friend to get back at, all the other girls that she had a falling out with. And Kenya was like, that's not true, our friendship was real. But then, some shots start being thrown, they start coming at each other, and then, Kenya says Marlo used to mess with Nene's old little boo, just trying to get some money out of him. So Marlo's like, okay, yes, that's true. I did used to talk to John. It was Nene's first relationship on the Real Housewives. He was like some pizza man, had a whole bunch of money. She said, yeah, I talked to him and I got $20,000 out of him so he could pay my Nene's and Marcus bill. So it was just a lot of he said, she said, shots being thrown, very petty drama. So Andy moves on to the conversation about Mark and Kenya. So, they're talking about why Kenya decided to get married, without anyone knowing. And Kenya's like, they decided to elope. And at that point, she didn't invite her parents. His parents weren't invited. And then so Andy's like, okay, well, why weren't the parents invited? Kenya's saying that their parents might have been on a cruise. And she hasn't even met Mark's parents except for over the phone, which is very strange. And then they ask, well, why didn't you tell Cynthia? That's really your best friend on the show. Why didn't you tell her? And Kenya's like, because Cynthia can't hold water. And everyone's like, dang, we didn't know Cynthia couldn't hold water. But Kenya apologizes for saying that. She was just said, I just really wanted this to be a secret. So then, Auntie asks, well, why doesn't Mark really want to be on the show? Kenya said he just doesn't want to be on the show and we want to keep it private. But Auntie's like, well, that's not what he told my colleagues. Supposedly, Mark told Auntie's colleagues that he just doesn't like the way Real Housewives and any reality show represents black women. So he just does not want to be a part of it. But Kenya says that he still has not seen the show. She vouches for that, but she got really quiet. She can't believe he said that type thing. So that was really interesting. So we move back to the whole Portia and Kandi situation, but this time we take a turn with Nene. So, they talk about really what happened between Nene and Portia and how Nene felt like they should have been fired off the show, but Nene said she did not technically say fired, but Portia still says that she was very hurt by it. And Nene says, okay, I understand where you're coming from, so they move on from that. Then they talk about, Portia and Sheree. So Sheree's, throwing shots at her, saying, why would you tell Shamia not to trust me? And Portia's like, well, I mean, you don't trust me either, so why are we really mad? If nobody trusts each other, why are you mad that I told Shamia not to trust you? Portia also says, Sheree always wants to try to work on our friendship. We always try to move forward, but it's always being shade being thrown between both parties, and she's over it too. But then Portia gets a little messy because she tries to bring up how, Sheree's always shading everybody, especially how she knew about Kim Zodiac's Roach video and didn't say anything. She never says anything to Kim. But Sheree tries to shut that conversation down because Kim is not on the couch yet. So the part 1 reunion ends just like that. So when we catch back up on part 2 reunion next week, Kim will be joining us, so we can't wait to see what tea stirs up then. Make sure you go on thepettypunch.com for your latest entertainment and gossip news, and we'll see you next week.